start this makeup look, I'm using the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm, and this is a great primer for any makeup. It leaves a sticky surface and it makes it perfect for any makeup to go on top. I'm just going to apply one thin layer all over the face. Following that, I'm using my Dr. Brandt Pore No Mores, and I'm just going to apply that on the areas that she has large pores, and most of the times we usually have them around the T-zone, and that is where we usually are prominent on the pores, so that's where I'm going to focus this product on. Next, I'm taking two foundations. First, I'm using the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous in the shade 120, and then I'm using the Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, and this is in the shade NC20, and then I'm going to lighten up those foundations with this NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation. First, I'm going to use the CoverGirl, and this is going to be my formula, and then I'm going to use my MAC one, which is going to give me the undertone, and then I'm going to use the NYX one, which is a matte finish, and it's also going to lighten up the foundation a little bit, which is what I needed. I don't have a foundation shade for her, so I just kind of invented my own. Then I will just apply that foundation all over the face, and surprisingly it was a perfect match, so I'm very happy with the combination. Next, I'm taking this Rimmel Match Perfect Concealer, and this is in the lightest shade. I'm just going to dab that under her eyes, and I'm also going to highlight with this, applying it on the nose, on the forehead, on the cupid's bow, on the chin and the jawline. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend that all out and make sure that everything's blended. Then I will also apply that concealer on her eyelid. She does have a little bit of discoloration, so I want to get rid of that. I want to cover veins, and I also want to prep the eyelids for any eyeshadows. To set her foundation, I'm using this Kat Von D pressed powder in the shade 49 Light, and I'm just going to dab that all over her face because dabbing makes the product sink into the skin rather than sweeping it. You're moving the product and taking it away if you sweep, so that is why dabbing is the best way to set your foundation. Now I'm taking the Smashbox Contour and Highlight Palette, and this is an oldie but a goodie. I'm just going to take the lightest shade and I'm just going to apply that on the areas that I want to highlight, which are underneath the eyes, and I also want to apply that on the chin and the forehead. Moving on with the bronzer that is in the center. She didn't want a strong contour, she just wanted me to warm up her face. So that is exactly what I did. I just warmed up her face a little bit because the powders tend to make our face look flat and they hide our structures. So that is why I want to grab a bronzer and bring those back. For blush today, I'm using Luminoso, and this is a Milani blush. It's the baked blush, and I'm just going to lightly apply that on the apples of the cheeks. Then I'm taking this Too Faced Neutral Eye Palette, and I'm just going to take this highlight, which is called Nude Beach. I'm just going to apply that on the usual areas, which are the highest points of the cheeks, the cupid's bow, the chin, and I'm just going to apply that on the bridge of the nose and on the tip of the nose. Then again, with the same bronzer that I applied on her cheeks, I'm just going to do a quick nose contour. She doesn't want a in-depth contour. I'm just really balancing out the bronzer. For brows, I'm using this light pen by Annabelle, and I'm just going to fill in her brows a tiny bit. She already has super full brows, but they're very thick, so that is why I'm going to set them with this eyebrow gel, which is from Essence. Very affordable and it works amazing. This is going to make her eyebrows look a little more combed, and it's going to set them in place and make sure that they don't move throughout the day. Now moving on with my 28 Foiled Eyeshadows palette, and this is by BH Cosmetics. I'm taking this kind of vanilla pinkish eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply that all over her eyelid, and this is going to be my main eyeshadow. Following that, I'm taking this baked white eyeshadow, and I'm going to pack that on the tear duct area, making it really bright. Then I will also apply that underneath the brow bone just to balance out the highlight. Going back in with the Neutral Eyes palette from Too Faced, I'm just going to take this Sexpresso shadow, which is a dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply that in circular motions on the outer V of the eye. Then I will take this Honey Pot eyeshadow, which is like a golden tone, and I'm just going to apply that in the center, and this is also going to help me blend the two eyeshadows, and it's going to make it look seamlessly. Now taking this NYX Jumbo pen in the shade Milk, I'm just going to apply that under her waterline. She did want a white eyeliner. I kind of wanted to apply a black, but she wanted white, so that's what I gave her. Following that, I'm taking my NYC liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a subtle wing line. Now it's mascara time. I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic, and she wants to do this step, so I let her do it. And then I'm going to apply 117 eyelashes, and these are by Ardell, and they're the natural ones. I suggested not to wear eyelashes because she has super long, thick eyelashes. It is insane, but she wanted to wear falsies, so I gave her that. For the lips, I'm using NYX lip liner in the shade Nude. And for lipstick, I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Pure Hollywood liquid lipstick. First, I'm going to line and fill in her lips with the NYX lip liner. And then I will apply the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. To finish up the look, I'm using the setting spray from L'Oreal, and this one's the Infallible, and I'm just going to apply that all over her face, and this is going to set all the makeup in place, and it's also going to allow the makeup to last longer. That is it for this makeup tutorial, you guys. Mwah.